Welcome back to the For Honor Year 3 Season 2 live stream. I'm sitting here with Roman, the creative director. How's it going, man?
Really good, but what happened to your hair?
Oh, it's, I grew it a
Used to
little
be
bit.
really shorter, like, no?
It's beautiful
sorry.
now. It's, I have hair, you don't have hair. And, and we're about to talk about the narrative design on this beautiful character, the Hitokiri, the class of Hitokiri, and Sakura, and the male counterpart as well.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? You doing all right?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You
it's pretty
excited to get
awesome.
into this?
Definitely, and I'm really excited for the Hitokiri.
Yeah, it's
really
such a
cool
unique and beautiful class. I can't wait to learn more about it. So why don't we jump right into it? Tell us, who are the Hitokiri?
So, the Hitokiri, it's the new hero, it's the new class. And among the Hitokiri, there are two characters that we'll talk about a little bit today. Sakura, which is the female version. But before getting into the background of this character, let's start with who are the Hitokiri. And Hitokiri, it's the samurai name of former executioner. It means manslayers with no heart. So they are not really nice guys. It's actually former executioner that's lost all their faith in humanity. And now they wander the land, they wander the battlefield, wielding their massive masakari, which is the weapon that they're using.
That giant axe that we're seeing
exactly.
Sakura wear.
It's the mighty axe that they use to sentence the criminal. And so, when they're on the battlefield, they spread the fear amongst the samurai opponents.
Well, just by looking at this key art, I'm a little afraid already. Roman, this is such a scary character. It's so vividly intimidating.
It is
visually intimidating, but we also have this interesting duality. She's wielding this giant axe, but has this light clothing. You see these cherry blossoms. Yeah. Battlefield of skulls and that beautiful, beautiful mask.
Oh, I
So
thought he was
tell us a
saying
little bit
Battlefield
about
the game.
What the narrative is for our lead character here.
So the first Hitokiri, it's Sakura, and that's how we started working on the character. It's now when we do a new hero, we start with the weapon, but then we try to think, okay, who are those people? What are this person? And we start by creating this character. So Sakura, basically, she's a ghost.
Ooh.
She used to travel from town to town, dispatching criminals and thieves with her axe. And unlike most executioner, where the job gets on them and they start to go a bit crazy or they stop, for her, it did not destroy her. She found her true calling into doing that job. And basically, she's death. And death is a gift to the world. So that's the mentality of that character. But at some point,
It's kind of like the Grim Reaper then.
in her hometown, in her former village, and she had to execute a guy in that village named a fisherman named Ryoichi. And at the moment she was to execute him, she raised a mighty axe and she snapped. In the next moment, she sees the head of Ryoichi rolling at her feet, and she turns, and actually the whole village is dead. She had slaughtered them all. That's the character, but she did not feel any remorse for that.
Does not
She
give a shit.
actually felt the power of her spirits, and she thinks that when she kills somebody, she actually sucked their souls. And so that's why she had all that collection of weird, creepy puppets' heads on her belt.
That's where the souls are being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what she believed.
So she's kind of like a Shang
You
Tsung, kind of like from Mortal Kombat.
It's scary, that's spooky. I love the mythos around here. There's so much mysticism and spookiness around here, obviously with the character design, but hearing the depth of her background, that's so incredible. Yeah.
And so she continued her journey, and she abandoned basically her duty as an executioner, and she just stopped being full-on psycho killer, I think.
Full-on psycho killer.
Psycho
But at some
killer.
point, she faced a Master Kensei. And
Kensei!
he actually defeated her. But instead of killing her, he saw the true potential that she had. And she basically recruited him into the samurai army and turned her into an Hitokiri.
So that's how she joins
exactly.
the game at this moment.
Kensei.
That's
Kensei.
amazing. Before we
Kensei.
move on to her male counterpart, the Yatu, I want to quickly go over a few of the things that you've been talking about, because this is deep story. This is incredible, and it sounds like it's evolved over time, and really this story, this character background has evolved way more deeper than in say year one.
I got burritos.
So how has that process for you evolved over the past few years?
So it's something that we started with Marching Fire, and then that we continued with the year 3, the year of the Harbinger. It's basically previously at the launch of the game, when we were making character, we were creating these units. We were creating these heroes that the player would embody, and the whole backstory and world and universe will go into the campaign and the narrative of the game. And now, as we move forward, and that we really commit in the life of the game and continuing to push the multiplayer, now we are injecting that backstory. We're continuing to evolve the world, but we're injecting that story into the character, because the characters, the hero, is your main way to interact with the game. That's you always see your character in the game, and so that's where we want to put the story.
So building the story around the character and not just sort of slapping nails to an entire faction or so. So
good.
That's really awesome. Really cool.
Always good to know the
Excited for
backstory of the
future it
characters.
as well. What kind of inspirations do you take for a character like Sakura?
So for Sakura, we, like any fighter, basically we started with the axe, with the weapon. For her, it's the axe, and we were like, okay, so that's a massive axe. Of course, it's not really historically true. It's a weapon that existed, but they were not really using it into battle. So we were like, okay, what type of character could use that? And that's where we started to go with the fantasy of the Executioner, but we needed a twist. We wanted to add a little bit more mysticism in it, and that's how we started with Sakura.
Very cool, very cool. And Sakura is not alone in this. We have another Hitokiri to go over, the male Hitokiri, the Yatu. So explain the
See, that's what the Black
backstory
Choir.
of this guy.
So Yatu
Oh,
so he's the
that's
male
way
archetype,
different than
male
what.
character of the Hitokiri, and
Wow,
he's coming from a really famous.
it looks like a samurai version of the
And he
Warning.
used to believe that he would do
That looks
anything
freaking
for it.
sick, dude.
In him there was no pity, only duty, and it's duty. made
Dude,
it
just the
look
look
like
of
a
it.
fight.
Wow, he looks so freaking
People
cool.
were coming from every town in the region to see him execute and do his dirty. So he became really famous as an Hitokiri, but he actually had another job. He was working for his family. He was some kind of assassin, and he was eliminating all the other powerful people in the other family in the area in order to promote his family and help them rise to power. That's the type of character that guy is.
That's super cool. Super cool.
But at some point, his father tasked him.
You know, the
with
one thing I'm trying to
killing
think is,
the daimyo of the area.
are the male
organized
characters and the female
everything.
characters gonna have
Set
different
up the
outfits with
moments,
each other?
he
Because when we
tried
saw
to
the Black
go out,
Choir,
everything
the
in
Black
order for
Choir
Yatu to go
actually
kill
had
the
kind of like the same outfits with each other,
So
but each one is like male and
when we
female.
shown into the room
So I'm
as
trying to
Yatu
figure out
crept on
if
the
you
sleeping
need to
daimyo,
pick the male version and the
raised
female
his
version, are
massive
they
ass
both
carry.
gonna have different outfits, or is it gonna be the same?
There's
I don't know.
no-
Just wait and see once we get to the outfits.
And the
I
doors.
like the sound effects.
Ooh, I can't wait for the outfit showcase. It's gonna be
I'm doing
awesome.
that all day.
Yeah, I hope those are the actual sound effects in game.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
It's the execution.
But dude, all I can say is,
Yeah, it's good.
freaking the male version
So
looks
the
freaking
doors
cool.
open, and the daimyo is here with his father and all the guards, and he was actually set up. He had been fooled by his father because his family started to fear him. They started to fear his power, and so they thought they had to take him out. And that's the moment where all the sense of duty he had felt died in him. But he felt no fear. He was like, okay. And he killed the Daniel, and he killed the gods, and he killed the other Hitokiri, and he killed his father. Because he is the strongest. And he felt no remorse about it. No one could challenge him. And so now, Yatu vowed to fight no other cause than his own. He's gonna bring death to everyone that stands in front of him, that stands on his path. And for the moment, he's fighting with the samurai army against all of their enemies.
Glorious death gives us
awesome.
life.
That's super cool to hear the backstory of these two characters that people are going to be seeing all throughout this show, and that we're going to be doing deep dives into for all these things. Roman, thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for being here, and I really appreciate it, man. That was awesome to hear you talk about all the deep narrative behind these two characters. And speaking of that, we have a lot more to cover. We have the character design coming up as well, the hero design with Christian Diaz and Andrew M. They're going to be joining me on this stage right here. But once again, thank you, Roman, and we'll be right back after this.
See you guys.
I'll see you guys later.